Hello, this is Emily Mailer. I'm going to be doing a quick overview of AOScan technology. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Messenger or you can text me at 814-289-3040 if you have any questions at all. So tonight we're going to be talking about AOScan technology. It's done by Solex is the company. And let me see how to skip to the next slide. There we go. All right. So frequencies are a very fascinating topic that I have just been loving to learn about. So AOScan technology is based on the works of scientists from around the world, such as Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, Marie Curie, Raymond Rife, and many others. These advanced thinkers were united by their belief that everything at its most fundamental level is energy. Every cell of the body produces energy and frequency, a vibration and a resonance. When the frequencies are in balance, the quality of life is optimized. So what's super cool is there is 120,000 um, markers in the body that are blueprinted at what frequency they should be at in their most optimized state. So the device works kind of within that realm. So what is AOScan technology? It is a unique educational tool that teaches us how the body is performing. It is not diagnostic. It is all about learning what's going on in the body right now in this present moment. When you run a scan, it's a pinpoint in time. There's a lot of different factors that can indicate why the frequencies are in or out of balance. And what we want to be looking for is patterns of things being out of balance to know what to focus on in healing. So it communicates via biofrequencies and electromagnetic signals. It identifies areas that are out of balance, and then you can utilize that knowledge to make lifestyle changes. You can also use the frequencies on the device. You can also use other therapies and different things that could be supportive in your healing journey. Advanced technology that's simple and easy to use. So AOScan began about 40 years ago. Lawrence Swenson is the founder. He adopted a son with cerebral palsy, and he traveled the world looking for ways to improve his son's quality of life. They were in Germany and Italy, Japan, China. So in China in 2008, Lauren came across a digital body scan at a trade show, and then he acquired the rights to bring it to the US, and him and his team created the first AO scan in 2012. The first AO scanners were large and costly. So the original AO scans that they created were $38,000, only accessible to practitioners. Typically, normal lay people are not going to have $38,000 lying around to just get a medical device. In a stroke of brilliance, which I hate that quote, Lauren developed AO scan technology in mobile form, making it accessible to everyone. So a little bit of that story is that the Inner Voice program, which we'll talk a little bit about, was something that they developed, and it has to do with the emotions and the physical, and kind of connects all the pieces. And they wanted it to be accessible by everyone because of how powerful it was. Whenever you do an inner voice, you get audios to listen to, and those audios are super powerful for supporting your body's balance. And so they decided to start making a cloud-based version of the software for the inner voice. And as they were doing that, they realized that everything on the large scanner could be adapted and created for the mobile device. So it's been really cool because I've been in Solex for almost 2 years and I have seen them add different things, and it's just been really neat to see the company expand and consistently grow their technology. So there's 7 major features for the AO scan. We're going to go through each one. So let's dive into that. The quick scan uses a harmonizing technique that generates audio frequencies to balance the emotional state of the user. It provides colors and musical tones to assist in creating that balance, and it includes the 3-minute boosts, energetic auras, and scans for the specific times of the day. So I'm going to kind of explain that a little bit. So the quick scans, which you can see up here, morning, midday, evening, custom, and pet. So one of the cool features about the AO scan is you can actually input every single supplement that you have, or even a supplement that you're wanting to try, or a therapy that you utilize, or affirmations, or Bible verses, or literally anything you can put in this device. And you can run one of these quick scans and you choose what category you want to scan yourself for. And I will be going over some of this as we go through. So you can, I'm going to pause this for 1 second. Okay. All right, back to recording. So the quick scans with that morning, midday, and evening or custom, you can choose whatever categories that you have scanned into your device. So I have all of our supplements in there. Things that are already programmed in there are some of the homeopathy and the homeoenergetics programs, which are part of the Cephi, which we'll get to later. But it'll tell you exactly what your body needs based off of a 10-second audio recording. So I love that feature because it has helped me reduce the amount of supplements I'm taking, take supplements that are actually beneficial for me right now. And it also sometimes helps connect the dots as to what is going on in my body based off of what it's recommending. And then, of course, what the other scans are showing. The pet, you can do pet scans and see what your pets need. They have availability for horses, dogs, cats. I think you can do like hamsters and gerbils and things like that too. Um, and that technology for the pets is developing more and more. Um, so that's exciting too. The energetic auras are an clearing and a shielding, so it helps to clear your energy and then shield your energy. And then the 3-minute boosts are 3 minutes, and it's best to listen to those with headphones, but they do some really amazing things. Um, each one has kind of a very specific purpose. So let's go to the next one. The Easy Scan is the next section of the device. It is the most convenient and simplest way to perform an inner voice, a vital scan, a comprehensive scan, and the associated optimizations, all under 6 minutes. Depending on your Wi-Fi, it typically takes about 7 minutes at my office. Optimization will identify frequencies that are out of range and will generate canceling frequencies that help organs and systems achieve a state of homeostasis, which I will show you guys an example of one of my easy scans as well as like a vital scan. So the inner voice is kind of what started the mobile form of the AO scan. It uses sound harmonizing techniques that generate balancing audio frequencies derived from the voice spectrum in your voice to diminish the frequencies that are in excess and supplement the frequencies that are lacking. So for inner voice, you do a 10-second audio recording starting with the words I am and then your name. The rest that you say after that can be just basic facts about yourself, your saying the ABCs. The way I do mine is I say, I am Emily Mailer, and then I say what the day is, what the time is, if I'm at the office, whatever, and that typically is the 10 seconds. And then it runs the scan. It analyzes over 8,000 frequencies in your voice in the 12 different notes, and then gives you a report on what is most out of balance, and then it gives you audios to listen to that support those frequencies towards balance. And then it gives you a whole report about kind of what's going on there too. The vital scan is a concise snapshot of the 550 blueprint frequencies in relationship to the frequencies being produced by the blood, organs, glands, and systems of the bodies. It includes the blood, chakras, meridians, gastrointestinal, nutritional, functional, physical functionality, and toxicity reports. And I'll show you a little bit about that as well. The body systems scan performs a thorough scan and optimization of hundreds of blueprint frequencies associated with 13 body systems. And I believe this is I don't know when this one was created. They actually just this week added hormones as well. I have not figured that one out as much, but it is possible to scan and optimize your hormones now. It includes circulatory, urinary, connective tissue, digestion, your endocrine system, lymphatic, musculoskeletal, nervous, respiratory, sensory nervous system, excuse me, the skin and hair, chromosomes, and then the human cell and mitochondria. So those are really cool to be able to just very quickly scan and optimize, even if you don't have time to look at a report. It's a great way to just support your body. And then the last report section is called comprehensive, and it performs a detailed scan of the frequencies of over 130 organs, cells, bones, chromosomes, includes the veins, skeletal nerves, connective tissues, body parts, arteries, so many things. And it gives a graphical report and shows kind of where those things are out of balance, ranging from 1 to 9, like the vitals. The final piece of the AO scan technology is called Cepheid, which stands for Subtle Energy Frequency Imprinter. And it is designed to capture, amplify, and imprint subtle energy frequencies. And you can either broadcast or imprint those frequencies into any element or item. So, what that means essentially is you can imprint frequencies that are available on this device into rings, into water, into another drink. I actually just watched a reel about someone who did a pesticide detox on her orange juice and then imprinted it with some type of like immune system support to have her kids drink. And I was like, I never even thought about that. Like we add vitamin C to our orange juice, but I could be imprinting some extra frequencies. I typically broadcast to my kids. So that was like another reminder that there's so much more I can do with this device. So the other option then is the broadcasting. So whenever you have yourself or family members or clients, you create a profile. You choose whoever's profile you're wanting to broadcast to, and utilizing scalar waves and radionics, quantum entanglement, um, those frequencies go directly to that target of that person, their body. They don't have to have their cell phone on. They don't have to hear anything. That is how I run my Cepheid groups. That is how I run my reports for my my monthly subscription clients. It's super amazing technology. So there's a lot of different options in Cepheid. That includes you can create custom playlists. Quantum reach and quantum affirmations are um, I believe custom to Solex. Quantum frequency are similar to Rife frequencies. Quantum flowers are similar to the Bach flower remedies. There's quantum chakras. There's over 300 different options of quantum homeopathics, and then energy homeoenergetics. They just added some more there too, of really amazing frequencies. And I'll show you some of those options. That kind of concludes the actual overview. Um, so there are some other resources. Solex's YouTube channel is absolutely amazing. They have a lot of videos. They have a couple short snips, and then they do a weekly update. So every single Wednesday in the evening, they update with a brand new 30 to 40 minute video that it does talk a little bit about like the MLM side of it. So they talk about like who had the most enrollments and all of that kind of stuff, any specials that they're promoting. But then I typically skip because you have that option whenever you look at the description box and see where everything's at. But I typically skip to like the questions. So then they do like a Q&A, and various different people come on and talk about different topics, different things with the device, different health topics. It's really cool. So then they also have a website, a Facebook group that I can add you to, and then a Instagram. So I'm going to stop this share and I'm going to stop. Okay. So now let me pull up the other share and I will show you. Oh my goodness. There we go. The actual software. Let all of that stuff sync. Okay, so this is the software, the AO Scan technology. This is the button that takes you home, which is this. I'm gonna start by kind of showing you some of these quick options. Supplements and therapies is where you can add your supplements and therapies. Pets and animals is where you add your pets. There are spaces and objects. You can broadcast to objects. You can broadcast to spaces. I have our house set up under there. I have my store set up under there. I have my bank account set up in there. Because then you can broadcast frequencies to those places to just support abundance, to support healing, and all of that kind of stuff. So it's really cool. You can edit a current client. It's not recommended to edit clients. I have had to change people's email addresses, but I typically don't touch any of their other information. You can create a new client, which is where you start when you get the device, and you can search existing clients. So that's how I find whoever I'm looking for. So the quick scan, that's just the basic there. So I'm gonna go ahead and run a really quick scan. And I'm gonna choose those three things. I have a ton of other things I want to add to this, but I just have not yet. All right, I'm gonna hit next. I'm gonna hit record, allow. I am Emily Mailer. It is Thursday, September 28th at 7:31 p.m. And there was the 10 seconds. That one went really fast. So it recommends, this is a morning scan, so this audio is going to be more morning based, but it recommends colors that would support my body. You can use the Lightwave optical glasses, which are available through Solex, or you can just wear that color or kind of surround yourself with that color. If you use crystals, you can kind of use those color crystals for the day. Color therapy is something that I plan to learn a lot more about in the near future. This audio is 3 minutes, so it kind of helps to start your day or whatever time of the day you're doing something. Excuse me. And then these are the six supplements that are recommended for me right now in this moment. So Sovereign Silver, which makes sense, kind of fighting a little bit of something. Slim and Sassy Metabolic Soft Gels, not actually going to take that because I'm pregnant. Zendocrine Detox, that also, like, both of those would definitely help with what's going on in my body. Dental Detox, OptiZinc, which again, great for the immune boosting, and maybe some bacteria detox. The EGA is for E. coli, Giardia, and something else. So maybe I'm having some issues with some bacteria. So from here, you can actually imprint objects. So I will actually do that right now. So I have a glass of water, which you cannot see since I'm sharing the screen, but I'm gonna hit the erase button. It might not download properly. Oh, there we go. And that erased the frequencies of the water. I'm gonna do it one more time just because it's typically a little longer. Sometimes on the computer screen, it takes a minute for this stuff to come up. And then I'm going to imprint with the Dental Detox. So I'm holding my water up to my screen, and then I'm going to imprint with the EGA Detox. Again, just holding my water to the screen. It's putting both of those frequencies into the water, and now I'm going to take a drink. Once I get off here, I will do Sovereign Silver, and I will take a zinc. I'll probably skip the other two just since I am pregnant, and I'm trying not to do too much. The easy scan, just do an 10-second audio, and then you let it run, and it'll run the inner voice, the vitals, and the comprehensive. I'll show you guys a previous inner voice real quick. I'm clicking reports down here. There's two different options for inner voice. You can use pulse tones or classic tones. I typically just use pulse tones now. It's an updated version. The average frequency and pulse, they are still doing research on, so they have not come out with very good clarifiers of what that actually means, those numbers. So this section here is your audio. I typically just run my scan and then click pulse cycle, which is going to play it for 3 minutes. You can also choose 5 or 10 minutes. But there's the option to increase the frequency, lower the music. You can change the music. There's a bunch of different options for what you want to listen to. You can change stuff with the frequencies, like the beat of them. These letters up here are the ones that are out of balance. And then these ones that are in colors are the ones that are the supportive ones. So it goes through each of those as you're going through and listening. I'm gonna skim through this because it just kind of explains how it works. This is the graphic chart that shows you what frequencies and where they're at. I have seen these as high as in the 30s. I have seen these as low as 0. Typically when they're like these zeros, those are typically ones that are a little more like, well, they're suppressed, but whenever I'm super depressed, my numbers are really low. So the first 2 PDFs are going to be this A sharp and this A because they're the highest numbers. The third one is going to be this G sharp because it's 5.5. And the 0.3 will be the last one. So this B sharp will be the last one. You don't actually have to know all of that, but I kind of like to explain why these are coming up. So this is the A sharp. It's in relation to a conflicting belief versus a congruent belief. There is something for me when I did this last that is conflicting with my beliefs. There's positive emotions that could be happening or negative emotions that could be happening with this. The highlighted areas of the body are the physical areas that affects. The supportive color and a little bit about how it supports you. And then the top 3 emotions that are coming up in relation to this, some potential causes, some vitals that are out of balance, and then body systems, and then suggestions to support those body systems. When people are looking at their inner voice, I encourage them to look for things that are patterns. So are similar body systems coming up, are similar suggestions coming up? That's where you kind of want to start. You want to start with the stuff that's continually coming up. Are a lot of parasites coming up, or a lot of mold, is a bunch of food sensitivities coming up. Those are the things that you kind of want to look for. I'm not going to skim through the rest of this for sake of time. The vitals, these are the things that it looks at. The food sensitivities, the blood chakras, gastrointestinal, meridians. This is a bunch of different types of nutrition. The physical functionality ranges with the immune system, the liver, the gallbladder, the thyroid, the kidneys, the pancreas, your insulin, all of that stuff. So your physical function, your bones, your cardiovascular, lots of things. So it runs through all of those. And then the toxicities include mold, parasites, heavy metals, viruses. I'm blanking out on some of the others, but there's a lot there. And then I'll just kind of briefly show you this. This is a enhanced report. The classic view just shows you what's in and out of range. But I like to look at the enhanced view just for fun because it's lots of extra information. The previous scan and the current scan, big thing that people get confused about. This is all one scan. This is all in the same run. So the previous scan is whenever it did the original, and then it sends frequencies to your body to try to shift those frequencies, and that is after optimization. So your current scan is your after optimization. It's all done at the same time. It is not from the scan that you did last week, that kind of a thing. We want to be aiming for optimal and balanced. Higher numbers are indicative of increased inflammation risk, high energy, an acute issue. The lower numbers are diminishing function risk, a chronic issue, or kind of lack of function, sluggish energy, that kind of thing. There's a ton of different stuff for food sensitivities. And it goes on forever. I'm going to move on to comprehensive. Comprehensive, when you do an easy scan, is looks at the things that are most out of balance in your inner voice and vitals, and then chooses those things. And so it automatically chooses the options for you. But if you run them separately, you can choose what you want. It is not recommended to do all of them at once, because that's a lot of energy work on the body, and that can cause a Herx reaction, can cause massive detoxing. It can definitely, you don't want to do that. So I just typically let it choose what it thinks it should look at, the things that were most out of balance. But sometimes if a client has a very specific issue, or I'm wanting to look at something specific, you can go through and choose what you want. So there's all the different arteries, there's chromosomes, there's connective tissue, there's the spine. I have one client who has some neurological issues, so we always do the spine, we always do all of the brain things. There's ears, eyes, the heart, the lymphatics, muscles, nerves, and then all of these different organs. So like with the brain client, I do the basal ganglia, I make sure that the brain's sagittal, the cerebral cortex. I feel like I'm missing one. I guess those are the ones for this section. There's some other ones in the other sections. Anything that says head, I choose those as well. So these are those options. You can check out the kidney, the livers, the large intestine. You can do the mitochondria. I love doing the mitochondria when I do mine because, hey, might as well optimize my mitochondria. The respiratory system, your skin, thyroid, and then all of the different options for the skeleton and the veins. And I will show you what the reports look like. So I like looking at the image report. There's also a table report, so it looks like the vital scan with everything just kind of listed. I don't know what any of the things are, so I like to kind of see the visual. So cerebral cortex function, you can see how far away it is from ideal. Ideal is 0, so the further you get away from 0, the worse an area is. And then you can kind of see, I look for like the reds and just kind of get an idea of what parts of the body need support. The last time I did a scan, my cells were at 39% from 0, kind of focused here on the mitochondria and the plasma membrane. So supporting that mitochondria would be important. The large intestine, so you kind of get an idea of what you can see there. You always want to email yourself if you have the software, because the system does not keep records of the scans. So once you run another scan, what you did before is completely gone. So you always want to make sure that you email. This is a list of all of the different body systems that you can scan. I'll show you my last report. It was just the hormones. But this is what the hormone thing looks like. I'm still learning how to interpret it, but it's very fascinating. But also, again, even if I don't know what this stuff means right now, I can be optimizing my hormones every single day, which is a really cool thing. I am going to go ahead and run a scan on like at least one area. I'll do human cell and mitochondria, just so I can show you what these reports look like, because they're a little bit different. They kind of look like the inner voice report, but the inner voice starts with emotions and goes to physical, where the body systems goes from the physical and then kind of works towards the emotion. So here is this. It gives you a little bit of information about the human cell and mitochondria, or whatever other area that you're scanning. And then it shows the things that are most out of balance within the body, within the vitals, and then some potential causes, emotions, and then I'll show you the rest. But I just kind of go through here and look at, again, patterns. So things that stick out to me here, estrogen and cortisol. Things that stick out to me here, the influenza A, this is a parasite, candida. Stimulants, so what about I've been eating, drinking, chemicals and pesticides. Yeah, definitely a lot of food choices are not great right now. That's why my mitochondria are sad. Um, and then some emotions that are going on. And then this is kind of my favorite thing about this report is ways to improve your human cell and whatever the body system is. So again, if you're doing multiple different body systems or you're really wanting to target certain areas of your body, you can get 5 real quick ways to support yourself. My one client has a lot of endocrine issues. And so when we do the endocrine, I look at what the endocrine recommendations are for her. And I say, okay, like work on these. And I think they were like so simple. She was like, oh my gosh, I thought you were going to tell me like all these things. And it was like 5 things and they're easy. Like I can do them. And I was like, exactly. That's what I love about this like software is that it's not super complicated and it recommends the most basic things because that's where we need to start with our health and wellness. Um, and all of those make a lot of sense right now for me. Oh, that's fun. Okay, real time. All right, I'm gonna show you the Cephi. These are the different categories of the Cephi. This is where you can choose your target. I have all of these different things. So like Princess is our cat. These are different areas of our house. This is my shop. I have my money box at my shop. This is how I do my Cephi groups. Um, and then I have one for just like our whole family, so that I can broadcast the frequencies to all 4 of us at the same time. Um, I don't even, I'll show you a handful of these. We'll see. So within the Cephi program, there's all these different areas. So I will show you what this does. You click scan. It is currently scanning my body to see what I need out of this category. And it shows prosperity. I am very okay with that. um, and then I can imprint my water. I can imprint a ring. I can imprint a Cephi dot. I can imprint a bracelet, anything that I want with that frequency. I could broadcast it to myself. But here are some of the options for these ones. Immune support is one that we've been doing a lot, and health, strength, and recovery. The abundance, wealth, and success is one I send to my bank account. Going back, you can also create custom frequency playlists. So like all of these are options that you can put into a custom playlist. I'm not going to open that because I do have client names in there. The quantum frequencies are the Rife frequencies. And this is where it's very symptom specific. So you can kind of go through here and look and see, okay, what do I need? You can do these. You can imprint objects, water, etc. You can broadcast them, or I like to use these the most for playlists. So I'll choose them in the playlist option when I'm creating playlists. Quantum affirmations also has a scan. And then these are the different options for it. Kind of going to go just kind of quickly here. So we're kind of coming up on time. This is a super favorite area. This is the quantum flowers. Bach flower remedies are amazing. If you don't know what they are, definitely look into them. You can buy tinctures of them and take them internally, or you can use the AO scan and imprint your own water or imprint your objects or broadcast to yourself. This is a really cool thing because it scans and chooses whatever emotion's going on. I don't necessarily feel like I'm angry, but maybe I am. Maybe I'm having some of those feelings. But another cool aspect of it is that even if we don't feel like we're feeling a certain emotion, that emotion is attached to a certain area of our body that might need support. So it could be a certain area of my body needing support. But another option is if you're feeling one of these ways, you can choose that, or you can choose the flower in each area. And I have different PDFs and stuff that share what all of the flowers are for. Quantum chakras are the 7 chakras. Homeopathics are amazing. If you're familiar with homeopathic remedies or any type of homeopathy, it's just amazing. You have access to so many. You can imprint your water directly. You can imprint objects. You can do so much with this section. There's also cell salts and no-sodes. So cell salts are these. No-sodes are these. And then this is my favorite section. It's by symptoms. So you can actually choose whatever your symptom is. I have actually been doing the anemia iron deficiency one because I have some issues right now. And so I will scan myself and then it tells me like in what order how important certain things are. So I can then imprint that into my water, where I can do I typically just do a 2-minute broadcast every morning. Um and off I go. But there's like so many different things for so many different options. And then Homeo Energetics, they just added a bunch of new ones. So like ADD, ADHD support is new. The anti-stress one is new. This CAMU-C Plus is like huge amount of vitamin C essentially in frequency form. So there's lots of really, really cool things in this as well. There's virus detox. This is a parasite detox. Ultimate Emotions is great for supporting the emotional system. There's stuff for the endocrine system. It's just amazing. And then the final part of this one is the Cephi dots. These ones cannot be broadcast to people, but you can do these and put them on any object. They recommend doing them on the Cephi dots, but you can do these even just in rings and bracelets and stuff like that. But then it gives you a places that you can place them. This is typically my number 5. This is typically where I place mine. But the various different acupressure points that are most supportive. Allergy defense makes a ton of sense. I should definitely imprint something with that. Those are some of those new those options. And then you can erase. That is something that has been new in the last couple of months. You used to have to erase from kind of like the home Cephi screen. Now you can erase right when you're doing your imprints and not have to go back and forth. Gonna go back. And that is the main information about the AO scan. Sorry, this was a bit long, but I did want to kind of dive in a little deeper to each section. The AO MindSync is a brand new section. I'm still learning how to utilize it, but I will do a video on that at some point. And the Homeo Energetics and Dental TMJ, those are reserved for people who have done phase 3 training. I have done phase 1 training and phase 2 training. So I'm saving up currently for phase 3 training, and we'll do that at some point. And we'll have that as an extra option for my clients and my family. But everything that you see in green right now is everything that is available whenever you subscribe to the software, and would have access to on the $149 a month subscription. So that's kind of that. I offer Cephi groups. I offer monthly memberships. At the Cephi groups are $20 per group. I have 8 different categories. The monthly memberships that I offer are $47 a month. It includes 1 easy scan per week. So every week you send me a voice memo, and then you get an inner voice, vitals, and comprehensive done, and then also daily Cephi broadcasts. And then the next step is really just getting the software for yourself at the $149. If that's something you're interested in having for yourself. But if not, I love to be able to support people. I also offer one-on-one clients. It's $50 an hour. So I have lots of different options for different kind of ranges of budget. So if you're interested in anything, just reach out to me. I thank you for your time. This should have been about 35 minutes, so it's kind of a perfect place to stop. I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening or whatever time of day you're watching this, and I will see you in the next video.